Hi ladies! Welcome to episode 2 in my mini-series on fertility and preparing your body as best you can in preparation for your future baby. So this time I just wanted to talk about preparing your body and cleansing. Typically I don't like cleansing or detoxes as a diet, but what I would like to point out and just share with you is really how you can support your body to naturally cleanse and to naturally support your liver to help detoxify old hormones, to improve circulation, and how you can detoxify things that you have come across in the environment. So I'm talking about fumes in your home, fumes outside your home, so car fumes, cigarette fumes if you walk past somebody who has been smoking, and also anything in your environment that you can't help, we can't avoid it. I'm not a big fan of the word detox because I think it's similar to diet. It's like a short term thing that you should do for your body, and I'm not a massive fan. It depends on your own situation, but I think for the majority of people you don't necessarily need to do like a detox juicing diet or anything like that. But I think supporting your body to naturally detoxify and naturally support your liver from a general day-to-day basis in order to maximize your liver support and maximize your overall health will really help in terms of fertility. I do like to see people, women in particular, to start to work on their fertility health a year in advance, so a year before they plan to conceive. And I know in today's world or in the real world, that's not necessarily going to happen. A lot of people fall pregnant and they're not necessarily planning to become pregnant, but hopefully most of the people watching this video are planning a pregnancy or are already actively trying to conceive. So as a minimum, 3 months is a good amount of time to give your body enough time to prepare for conception. More is obviously better. It also depends on what sort of lifestyle you've had. So if your diet, if you're living on takeaways, or you're highly stressed, or you don't sleep very well, or you've been on medication, those things will impact your fertility. So they're the types of scenarios where I like to allow people to give themselves a good year, if they have the time, to give themselves a full year before planning a pregnancy. So I guess, the way I look at it and the way I like clients to look at it is, you might be 30, you might be 40 years of age, giving yourself 3 months to a year to prepare your body for that future baby is really, really important. And it's a really important step to having a happy and healthy pregnancy and a happy and healthy baby as the outcome. Part of the way I look at it with most of my clients, fertility or not, is that if you have underlying health conditions, it may have taken 10 plus years to have that underlying health condition surface. But if you're looking for a really quick fix, it's much, much harder to get that. So you do have to allow yourself the time and the energy to feel better and to put into it. And what you put into it, hopefully you will get out of it. So as I say, if you've been on medication, so I'm talking about prescription medications, also oral contraceptive pill is still a medication. If you're on any, or if you have been taking recreational drugs, if you've smoked or still smoke, if you have a relatively high consumption of alcohol, all of these things need support and need time to remove from your body. So now is a really good time to go there. Anyway, enough about the reasons of why to do it. I suppose from a pregnancy point of view, the other things that we need to care for and the other things we need to make sure that we are supporting the liver for and supporting the kidneys is the improved circulation. So making sure that your blood is flowing well around your body, making sure that your uterus lining is supported, and every month making sure that your menstrual cycle is a normal one, as the month progresses, as your cycle progresses, your uterine lining thickens up nicely, and then when you don't become pregnant, your lining sheds, and it sheds fully. There's often, if you have problems with liver or kidney function, it's not necessarily diagnosed on a blood test, but often I see clients who their uterine lining doesn't shed completely, and that would be a sign that there is stagnant blood going on. And if you have acupuncture, or if you go to a Chinese medical practitioner, they will often say that your liver needs support, or your kidneys need support, because there's stagnant blood. So often if you have spotting in the middle of your period as well, that might be a sign that there's stagnant blood that you haven't properly cleared at the end of your menstrual cycle. So looking at ways, I suppose, to support your kidneys and your liver is obviously making sure that your moving is really important. So the circulation, and I know I mentioned this when I was talking about uterine lining in a previous video, but making sure that you're moving a little bit and often is important. So it's not about going for a jog every day, or it's not about going to the gym and lifting weights or anything like that. It's just actual body movement. So if you sit at a desk, getting up and moving around every hour or so is really beneficial to your overall fertility health, and to that blood circulation. So making sure your blood is circulating well and everything goes through your liver and your kidneys, and you can excrete that waste. And therefore you're supporting your overall fertility health as well. If your body can get good nourished blood, and your liver is able to excrete used hormones and able to excrete natural metabolic waste and external toxins from the environment, then you're on a good course to becoming pregnant more easily. I guess the things that will help to support your liver and your kidneys in terms of food. So I guess it's not a food, but it's really, really important. So water is probably the most important thing. So making sure that you're getting 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. So I'm talking 1.5 to 2 litres of water every single day. And then listening to your body as well. So making sure when the weather is hot, or if you're out and about and you're quite busy, making sure you're drinking extra water to support your body's needs. If you're out and about and you're sweating, obviously you're excreting more waste, which is great, but you're using more water, so you need to make sure you're replenishing and regularly, rather than gulping at 3 or 4 stages during the day. You're better off sipping water regularly, so your body is able to absorb it and utilize it best. The foods that are particularly good for liver support and kidney support are cruciferous vegetables. Is probably my favourite one. So I'm talking about cabbages, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli. So some of those traditionally wouldn't be eaten in spring or summertime. A lot of people would tend to eat those in winter times, but I find like some of them are really good for putting into summer salads, or into if you're having like stews or curries or soups, even if they're cold, that's fine. A little word of caution: if you have hypothyroidism and it's not the autoimmune version, so if you have hypothyroidism and you do not have antibodies against your thyroid, you need to be a little bit careful when it comes to cruciferous vegetables, and just make sure they're cooked. If you have a thyroid antibodies, it doesn't matter whether they're cooked or whether they're raw. It's absolutely fine. It's not anything to be concerned about. But there is an issue with raw cruciferous vegetables and hypothyroidism if it's not the autoimmune version. And to be honest with you, the majority of people have the autoimmune version, so it's a very small number of people that would need to be concerned about it. And the concern is minor. You need to have a lot of it for it to be concerned, but just a little caution in case, because that would impact fertility. The other things, berries are wonderful to support the liver, particularly blueberries, really, really good. You get plenty of them at this time of the year. So if you're enjoying a nice fruit salad, or on your breakfast or in a smoothie, blueberries would be my choice of berries. Obviously the other berries are still really, really good, but blueberries are absolutely loved as a cleanser by your kidneys in particular. Garlic is another really good one. I suppose like for garlic leeks, onions, spring onions, all those sorts of things that add flavour to foods. They're actually really, really good as well for your liver, so supporting your liver. Your liver has different phases that it goes through. So it's phase 2 that you need certain nutrients for, and it's proven, it's not just gobbledygook or woo-woo. It is actually proven that your liver does a better job at excreting waste if you have certain levels of certain nutrients in your body. So it's really, really important to get them in on a daily basis. Apples are another one that's really, really supportive of your liver as well. So I would say to the majority of clients, try eat 1 apple a day. So that there is truth in an apple a day, it keeps the doctor away. There's other reasons why apples are really good. So they're high in quercetin, which is a really important antioxidant as well. So there's lots of reasons. The other one that comes up time and time again is fish. So salmon, sardines, mackerel, herring, anchovies, any of the oily fish, so the fish that are high in essential fatty acids, really, really good for your kidneys and your liver. The reason being is they reduce the amount of triglycerides in your blood, and that's a really good way to support your liver and your kidneys as well. And also it's good for balancing blood sugar and lowering inflammation. So again, most of the foods, and this is why I love food as medicine, is because if you're including these foods, you're getting lots of different things from them. So fish, for example, you're lowering inflammation, you're getting in the essential fatty acids help to balance blood sugar. You're also getting nice supportive fat that is great for balancing or for generating hormones and making good, new, fresh hormones. It's great for brain health. There's lots of things high in protein as well. So you need good levels of protein in order to conceive. So my preferred choice is always food rather than supplements. However, I absolutely recognize that when you're trying to get pregnant or if you want to optimize your health, there is place for supplements, and my next video is going to be on supplements and what supplements to choose and how to know how to figure out what supplements are good for you and which brands are my preferred brands. So I will do that next week. Also, I suppose there are other ways in order to assist your body that are not necessarily foods, but they're like herbs and teas. So I like the herb Vitex. So particularly if you have irregular periods, Vitex is really good at balancing hormones. Maca is another one that's really good for balancing hormones. Maca is one of my favorites because I think it's probably for me it's the most edible. You can just pour it on I put it on my cereal, so stick it in my overnight oats or my porridge, or you can put it in a smoothie, and it actually tastes nice. I like the flavour of it. It's easy to pick up. When you are buying it, try to buy the organic version. Also cinnamon, again, I love cinnamon. I'll put that on my cereal, I'll put it in my chocolate, I'll put it in anything. So cinnamon is really good, again, balancing blood sugar. It's a good supportive cleanser as well. Ginger, really, really good. Drinking teas, so any of the teas, any herbal teas, preferably or the caffeine free ones. And the majority of herbal teas are not caffeinated anyway. The only one that's caffeinated that people do get concerned about, but actually there's no reason to be concerned about, it's green tea. Green tea contains really important antioxidants that are wonderful for cleansing, and they're really, really supportive, especially for females. It does have caffeine, but it's a much slower release caffeine, so it's not anything to be concerned about if you want to get pregnant and you've been told to avoid caffeine. It's not a problem. The only place I suppose it would be a problem if you're super sensitive to caffeine, or if you have problems sleeping at night. I would avoid having it altogether if you feel like you must have, but I would avoid having it too late in the evening or late in the afternoon if you feel like you're sensitive to caffeine. And often people are. There's actually a gene that makes some people much more sensitive to caffeine because they can't detoxify it as easily as other people can. So you'll know whether that's you if you have caffeine. The other herbs, I suppose, like things like coriander, parsley, basil, rosemary, all of those, basically any herb, so anything that you can throw into your cooking or throw on top of your salads, really, really good for supporting your liver. The other thing I just wanted to cover is, how do you know if you need to support your liver? So not everyone needs to go, like, not everyone needs to prepare for fertility. In my opinion, everyone does need to prepare for getting pregnant to maximize the chances of having a happy, healthy baby, intelligent baby, making sure they don't have, you know, allergies or any conditions that they may have later in life. But your pregnancy is really, really important, and your own health is really important for the future of your child, the future health of your child. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I work in this area, because I really see the mums and dads' health as being key to having a healthy population. But I suppose, you know, not everyone does this work, not everyone does the preconception work, but I would love if there was more support given to women and more education given to women and younger ladies in schools and in colleges, that we understood the impact of our lifestyle on fertility. But I suppose the key things to think about is, if you definitely need to support your liver and your kidneys, are things like if you've experienced symptoms like PMS, not necessarily at the moment, but if you've experienced PMS ever. So if you remember as a child having, you know, really bad moods around the time of your period, or you still have it now, that's definitely a reason to support your liver. If you get quite tired and don't really understand why you're tired, and you're trying really hard to get enough sleep but you're still not waking up refreshed, if you feel congested or bloated, if you're not going to the toilet or having a bowel movement once a day, if you have acne, if you have dark circles under your eyes, if your periods are particularly thick or clotty, I said if you've been on medication or the oral contraceptive pill, recreational drugs, alcohol, smoking, those sorts of things are, I guess, key to understand how your body is working and whether you're in optimal health or not, or whether your liver needs a bit more support. The other thing that comes up from time to time is frequent infection. So if you feel like you get an infection easily, or if you get cold sores, or if you have been on a lot of antibiotics or antibiotics at all, really, you probably need to support your liver, but also need to support your gut health as well. The other thing, I guess, is, you know, looking at things like frequent colds, flus. So when I say infections, it's not just like, I'm talking about viruses, bacterial infections, fungal infections. All of those are good indicators that your body needs a little bit more support. And doing something like this, focusing on your fertility and focusing really on your own health in order to support your fertility, is a really good thing to do for yourself and for your future baby. So I really hope that you found these tips useful, and if you need anything at all, just contact me or add a comment in below and I'll be more than happy to help you. So I hope you found this useful, as I say, and take care. Bye.